Welcome to my new shit. Been looking for creative ways, man, to keep myself grounded and checked. So I came up with this new thing right here, man. I'm gonna call this shit call it iPhone therapy. So I just take my phone out, man, when I go on a drive or go on a walk or when I'm sitting down somewhere and just use my therapeutic skills to provide the therapy that I need for myself to continue to be a better therapist for other people. And work on my skills also as a therapist. So I'll be calling this shit iPhone therapy, man. And what a better day to start than today, on the brink of going through this bullshit with my soon-to-be wife. That annoying ass sound you hear in the background, that's my motherfucking car right here, man. It's because I refuse to put on my seatbelt right now because I'm used to being a big nigga, you know what I'm saying? So when I put the seatbelt on, the shit used to chafe my skin and all that shit, man. And, you know, so now I just got accustomed to not wearing the motherfucker, which I know I need to, out here with all these racist ass motherfuckers in Santan Valley, Arizona, but that's another thing. Now, so yesterday, this has been going on for a while, but yesterday the shit hit the head, man. You know, me and my wife, soon-to-be wife, anyway, arguing about nothing, really. Same shit that we both argue about all the motherfucking time because we both two stubborn-ass individuals that don't want to give ground, but we want all the ground that we can get, if that makes any motherfucking sense at all. So we arguing about these things, man, and shit got heated. Shit got all the way heated, real heated. Some truthful words was said with the wrong intent behind anger, and it is what it is in that regard. Nobody's above it, man. When you get angry, you just let off the cannon. They say you be saying some truthful shit, and sometimes you do, but sometimes it's just to make a motherfucker feel what you feeling. You feel hurt, so you need them to feel hurt. That's the way it goes sometimes. It's not right, but at least a motherfucker got the will and the resilience to recognize that shit. So anyway, back to the story. You know, so we arguing about a bunch of shit. Nothing got resolved. I ended up in the motherfucking hotel room last night, coming from work. Now I had the option to come home, and she had came to pick me up and all of that shit. But I just didn't want to be around the negativity. I didn't want to be around the motherfucking attitude. I didn't want to be around none of that, man. This woman making me feel like I'm not shit, making me feel like I'm not worth nothing, when all I do is raw dog and hump hard for it. You know, later after talking to her, after we both calmed down, I got the clarity as to why she feels that way. Does it make it right? No. Is she right about whatever came to her clarity? She's not even right about that. But whatever brought positivity and change to our situation, I embraced that and let that go. So, I guess the moral of my story is this. From a therapeutic standpoint, from where I'm supposed to look at things, I came to a realization, and it's a realization that I really needed to have, man. I realized, man, that change, although it's good, even change has to have the right intent behind it. You know, and I realized in myself that, man, the disconnection that I have with my mother, you know, motherfuckers always take that, man. You know, the reason for your problems is because of your mother and your father. And that's why psychologists have jobs. And niggas like me who hypnotherapists and life coaches and shit like that's the reason why we have jobs. Because you sit a motherfucker down on the couch and you tell him it's your mama's fault. But in this particular case, it is my mother's fault. And it's the truth. the disconnection and the love that I never, well, the disconnection that I felt and the love that I never felt, I ain't gonna say never, but the love that I rarely felt from my mom projected in the way I deal with women these days in my adult life. For the greater portion of my life, all I did was want a woman by my side for the security of having a woman there, but didn't ever want to give the woman the safety net she needed to embrace all the nasty shit that was going on with me. You know, I had women that loved me to death and I treated them like shit, or I had women that loved me to death and I didn't give them enough to validate the reason why they was loving me in the first fucking place, you know. But and then here it is on the flip side, when I finally come to and try to give a woman respect, I'm still doing the same thing. You know, now what I'm trying to do is hold on to a woman because I never had that true nurturing feeling from a woman. So now I'm so afraid to let this woman go because I feel like once she's gone, then there'll be no nurturing in my life. And the nurturing in my life is what I always wanted oh so bad. So, with that being said, I'm confused. I was confused, and I realized that all the shit that I didn't get from my mother, I was looking for in a woman. All the things I hated my mother for, I projected onto a woman. And I realized it's the reason why this woman here that I'm with now is confused on how to deal with me, because truthfully I was confused my goddamn self. So it led me to the conclusion to believe that the reason why she's confused on how to deal with me is because I'm confused with how to deal with me. And I realized the only way to combat that, after my moment of clarity, you know, I was sitting in a hotel room smoking a blunt, doing all that shit, and I realized that shit, if I just focus more on me and less on worrying about what happened to me and affect the change from here on out to make sure that what happens to me from here on out is positive. I have to think positive. I have to walk positive. I have to talk positive. Everything about me got to be positive. And everything about me has to be about me because it starts with me. And when it starts with me, then it projects on to everybody else. Now, I realize with this new attitude, I may lose some people in this process, but it's a necessary process that you have to go through being this age that you are, because at this age, although you're still a human being and you make mistakes, you're not allowed to. You're not supposed to, and you're going to get stricken down for it if you do. Life dictates that when you get to a certain particular age, you're supposed to have a computer chip in your body that guides you to do all the right things and never do any of the wrong things, because even though you are human, you're grown. And on top of that, being a man, not only are you human, but you're grown and you're a man. So as a man, it's double the trouble, because not only are you not supposed to take mistakes, but as a man, you're supposed to be able to accept everybody else's and keep moving. Which to me is some truly unfair shit, but it's the way of the world, and you can't argue with tradition. So there it goes. Me being the person that I am today, I love who I am today. I love who I'm becoming. I love who I was. It's the fabric of who I am, and it's the reason why I'm going to be somebody special. So if there's any moral to this story, is this: don't let your past have you reveling in the present that dictates your future. Leave your past in the past, embrace your past, love what you went through, because it's what gives you the tough skin that you have. Take the present and be diligent in the present. Know everything that you're doing, know where you're going in the present, because it's going to take you to where you need to be in the future. And it's all about the future, man. My name is Dr. Sharp, and this is Chapter 1, Episode 1, iPhone Therapy. Holla at me.